Hello my friends, Hank here, and today we are going to do a nice little figure painting tutorial using this great resin offering from the folks at Alpine Miniatures. This GI is decked out in a set of HBT coveralls and what appears to be a 1938 rubberized raincoat, which makes him a great fit for our subject today as we slug our way through this drizzly spring. As always, let's begin by spraying all of our parts with a coat of black primer to give us a nice base to work up from. With our primer applied, let's load up our brush with some flat flesh to base in our skin tone up on our figure's head. Don't worry about overspraying onto the helmet, we'll hit that in just a bit. Next, let's spray in all the exposed bits of our figure's HBT coveralls with some olive drab dark base. Again, don't worry about overspraying onto the raincoat, this basing just helps save us some brush painting time down the road here. While we have that OD loaded, let's also spray in our GI's helmet. Just make sure to spray at a downward angle so as to not overpaint onto the skin tone that we previously applied. Switching over to brushwork, let's dot in both eyes on our figure with the eye color of your choice. If you make a mess like I did here, fear not, we can come back with some of our same flat flesh color and reshape the eyes as necessary. Next, let's load our brush with some light rust wash and give his skin a little warmth and color. After we get some of that product on there, we can use a clean brush and a bit of tap water to remove some of the excess from the raised, flat portions of his cheeks, his nose, his chin, leaving just a little bit of the wash in the shadowed, recessed portions of the face sculpt. If we want to add a little bit of scruff on his face, we can use some thinned down dark chocolate and sort of dapple this around the area of his cheeks and upper neck. We just sort of want to glaze this on, being sure not to go too heavy and using enough water to make kind of a dirty, semi-transparent layer of beard. With our face work complete, let's be sure to get the undersides of his helmet. Our figure is wearing a Jeep cap under his M1 steel pot, so let's hit that with some regular olive drab. We can clean up the rim of the helmet itself with some of the same olive drab dark base we used previously. And for a couple of finishing touches on our head, let's pencil in the helmet strap with some khaki. And finally, we can add a few little glints of white aluminum around the rim to simulate some wear and tear on our helmet. Setting aside our head for a bit, let's start to block in our GI's raincoat. We'll do this with some of the same khaki we used for our helmet strap. GI raincoats came in a few different forms in the ETO during World War II, starting with a rubberized fabric version, and later shifting to a slightly lighter synthetic resin version. You'll see these in various shades of olive drab, ranging from OD3, this khaki color we're using, to a deeper OD7 like his coveralls, but to help break up his body and jacket a bit, we're going to go with the lighter khaki OD3 tone today. With our jacket color blocked in, let's move on to some finer details. We can pencil in the collar of his undershirt with some brown beige, and then we can hit his pistol belt, his first aid pouch, and his spare mag pouches with some German camo beige. While we have that camo beige loaded up, we can also block in his 1938 pattern leggings down there over his boots. Next, let's grab some red leather and paint in his boots themselves, being careful not to overpaint onto the leggings that we just finished up. Once our red leather is dry, we can come back and hit the straps of the leggings with some of that same camo beige to finish the job. And for a final touch to our painting work, let's come in with some flat black and carefully dot in all the buttons, snaps, and buckles throughout his uniform to help accentuate those details a bit down here in 1/35th scale. With our painting work complete, let's prep for a bit of weathering. First, let's spray all of our parts with a coat of gloss varnish to protect our paintwork. Once that's cured, let's do a simple sludge wash of enamel dark wash all over our figure. We can brush this on pretty heavy, and then come back with some enamel odorless thinner to help remove any excess product from the larger, flat portions of the sculpt. The goal here is to help this dark wash flow into all the nooks and crannies of the sculpt, helping to pop those details and add a bit of artificial shadow and grime to our work. It's a simple and easy way to help make your figures look a lot more realistic and a lot less like blocky, toy-like miniatures. Once we're satisfied with our weathering work, we can let that dry completely, and then hit everything with one more coat of gloss varnish. And now is a great time to attach our head with a bit of super glue. And to bring it all home, let's spray our completed figure with a coat of matte varnish to knock down any excess shininess and seal in our work. And with that, we've got ourselves a nice new GI figure to add to our next diorama or 1/35th scale vehicle build. I hope that was a helpful one for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you'd like to check out some more figure painting tutorials, I'll link to a few of my favorites right here. And until next time, my friends, be well, happy building, cheers.